be able to. But I thought I just wanted, I just wanted to get on, first of all, and like kick off because now everyone is getting their book. I know not everybody has the book yet. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, hold it up. Let me see. I want to take a little picture. If my camera will work. Oh my God, it's covered in makeup. Hold on. Women problems. All right, there we go. Yay. I love it. Um, the weather, I think, has held up deliveries too. I have a bunch of people in the middle of the country, actually a lot in Texas who could. Texas is probably having the hardest time deliveries wise. I don't think they get theirs till Sunday. Um, but anyways, welcome in. So good to see everybody. So good to meet you, Stephanie, Audra. Welcome in. Good to see you. Maggie on listen only mode. Love you, girl. Glad you're here. But I thought not only is this a great time to kick off reading it, hopefully I'm curious to see what your thoughts are and your reaction is in the group and stuff as you start to read it. But more importantly, I thought this week has been a heavy week for everybody, no matter what your beliefs are. I think it's a hard week. I think we're all kind of feeling that collective heaviness, and I'm drawing on the tools more now than ever, and that's what they're for. So I thought, let's get on and just let me point out in the book the two places that will probably help you the most if you feel any of that. The two tools I think that are probably the most effective for handling collective heaviness or collective stress or anything, honestly, like outside of your immediate control is the power of pause, the tool of the power of pause. And these are in part two of the book, and the energy bubble. So those two are just clutch for anything that is repetitive stress, anything that is causing anxiety, fear, is something out of your control, kind of anything like in that camp, in that category. Those are the two that I go to the most. So I'll just kind of walk you through both of those. You're going to be able to read them and get like the step by step, but sometimes it's good to like hear it to be able to put it into practice in your own life. So the first one, the energy bubble, I love. We have clients using that all the time. This one is amazing for um, any situation that typically will like trigger you. So it could be a work coworker, it could be whatever, like a situation like that, or it could be a family member, anything that kind of repetitively, like when you know you're around that, it tends to change your energy, make you feel like you might be on an emotional roller coaster. It might make you reactive. But it's also good for collective energy where you feel like, man, I need to really protect my own mental health so that I can show up how I want to show up. And so that I don't feel like I'm being like pulled every which way all the time because that doesn't feel good. So everything, all my tools are visual because I'm a visual person. So for this one, you kind of imagine that you are in this giant bubble, and you can Google zorbing because that kind of helps you get the visual. It's zorbing is like a game where you get in a bubble and like beat each other up. I don't know. It's basically like you're in these giant balls and you like roll down a hill or something. But the concept is that the ball is big enough that I could do yoga in there if I wanted to. I could dance in there if I wanted to. So I have space and I'm protected. I could run into everybody and I'm not going to feel it, right? And so if you think of inside that space is everything that I have, all the work that I have done to tell me who I am, right? So I am statements, mottos, any of the personal development work that you've done to really set your own mindset, if you will, that is inside this bubble with me and it is protecting me. And so I am statements is another tool you guys will learn in there. And they are really, you're constantly the one telling yourself who you are. You're not listening to the voice in your head. You're not listening to outside influences. You're not listening to your third grade teacher who told you you were XYZ. So this is all like that protective work. And then I visualize, would I let someone come up with a big old steak knife and punch a hole in my bubble? No, I'm going to want to protect it, right? I want to protect that mental space. And so instead of everybody, anybody, and everybody, or any of the stressors or anxieties that you would normally experience coming up and just stabbing holes in that bubble all day long. Now they're kind of like little pieces of paper and they're floating through, and it's someone else's energy, or it's someone else's negative comment, or it's this person that drives you crazy, or whatever the thing is. But now they're like sticking to the outside of the bubble to the point where you can kind of read it and be like, oh, okay. But hey, you're not absorbing it. You're not a sponge. You're not letting it inside. And it's that part, me no longer like just absorbing it, that helps me not be reactive. It helps me to have just a moment of pause to say, is that really what I want to, do I believe that about myself? Let's say if it was a negative comment, do I want to feel that? Is that on them and not on me? So it just gives you that little buffer space to be able to engage your own rational thinking, or your own moment to say, like, this is for me or this is not for me. Does that kind of make sense? And it seems kind of silly. It's like, oh, how can that possibly work? But I promise you, it works so well. I have so many clients using it on a daily basis. And it's more than anything, it's helping to kick in awareness, right? It's me being aware, like, hey, wait a second. Before I walk into a room with someone I know drives me nuts, or someone I know makes me upset, I'm going to get in my bubble. I'm going to repeat the mantras in the book. No one has the power to affect my energy unless I let them. No one or nothing has the power to affect my energy unless I let them. So then that just gives you options. That gives you choices, right? So you can, not all the time are we going to be completely deactivated, right? We don't want to be. We're human. We're going to have moments, but it gives you a choice. It gives you that just like second of, is this for me or is this not for me? So I encourage you, this is a great one to use for something like this. And I've been using it a lot because, as you probably know, I'm a very passionate person. I get very gun ho and right away. And it helps me to just like take a moment and say, how do I want to show up? Wait a second, like, let me think critically about this. Let me look through something. So rather than going 0 to 100, which was definitely how I went through most of my life on situations, it alone has really taught me how to not be reactive for the most part, and how to control those emotions so that they work in my favor instead of against me.